When working with high-ability athletes, the coach can work with 3 to 5 players, depending on the number of assistants available. Players at this level have good lateral movement for both high and low shots, use both hands and feet to catch or control the ball, have good timing when making dives, and have good distribution skills and communicate well with the defense. It's important to give clear demonstrations and to progress slowly, introducing new elements one at a time. Assistant coaches are important, but full-sized goals and larger exercise areas can be used. Players at this level can be expected to have good goalkeeping techniques and a good awareness of the goal area and their role within the team. They can deal with more complex exercises and are used to transferring their skills from training routines to match situations. Although the athletes may be more competitive at this level, it's important to keep it fun and positive, with plenty of encouragement. It's important for goalkeepers to do a thorough warm-up in order to avoid injuries, including stretches of all the major muscle areas. High-ability athletes have good motor skills and are capable of more complex warm-ups, where each new element is explained beforehand. This aerobic exercise includes the ball and is gradually built up to cover most aspects of goalkeeping: lateral movement, bending, diving, rolling, turning and throwing. When introducing the diving motion, the coach must ensure that the players understand the right technique for safely going down on the ground.
Move over and get down on the ball, except this time what we want you to do is get up with the ball in your hands.
Here the coaches are introducing another aspect of the exercise. It's important to add only one new element at a time and include plenty of repetition before progressing. The coach should emphasize the importance of stretching, as players at this level will do plenty of jumping and diving. The coach is standing in a position where all the players can see and hear him, and demonstrates the stretches and explains where they should be felt. Don't forget that even at high ability level, some players may have problems with balance. Encourage them to team up in pairs or to use a goalpost for support. Assistants should help to ensure that the players don't overstretch their muscles. After the stretching, the coaches return to the previous warm-up exercise and add one last element. There's a lot to remember, and the exercise is challenging yet fun.
This time what I want you to do is just fall on the ground and do a roll, up you get, and move on.
The athletes are encouraged to get into the habit of communicating by shouting, "Keeper's ball," before making a catch. During the warm-up, the most important things are to do an aerobic warm-up, including the ball, to stretch all major muscle groups, to assist athletes with balance problems, and to encourage communication. First of all, the coaches are explaining the set position. This is the starting position, which the goalkeeper should always go back into while preparing for the next move. The feet are a shoulder width apart, knees bent and hands at chest level. To get the players into the habit of taking this position, the coaches use a simple exercise where the players have to move forward through some cones and announce "set" in order to receive the ball. The exercise is taking place outside the goal area. The athletes should always stand on their toes, enabling them to move quickly and maintain balance. The coach explains the difference by asking the players to make a few jumps, first while standing on their heels, and then while standing on their toes. To complete the set position, he then shows them how to put their hands into the W shape.
What do we call that? The W shape. Yeah? Good. Control that. Good. Much better. Good. Ball to the feet. Good. That's it. Good. W shape. Good. Okay. Good.
The next stage is to move into the goal area. Using the same setup, the athletes start with practicing the easiest way of catching the ball, scooping it. The coaches demonstrate the importance of keeping the body behind the ball and catching the ball against it. They also show how the ball can fall through if the goalkeeper doesn't secure it against his body. The exercise follows the same pattern as before, with the athletes always taking the set position before receiving a ball. The coach may have to remind the players to keep their hands in the set position until the throw is made, as they wouldn't know what type of ball to expect in a match situation. Once the players are confident, it's time to introduce lateral movement to the exercise. The goalkeeper is moving between two posts, always returning to the set position in the centre to receive the ball. This helps the athletes to establish the correct movement pattern for the goal area, where the keeper should always return to the centre position in anticipation for the next move. Here, the coach demonstrates the correct foot movements for skipping sideways. The heels should never click together, and the athletes keep their balance by standing on their toes while moving with short, sharp steps. The most important points when coaching ball handling are to always return to the set position, to stand on the toes to move quickly and maintain balance, to keep the body behind the ball, and to introduce lateral movement. At this level, the athletes are comfortable with using both hands and feet, so in this exercise, they get to practice a combination. Starting in the set position, the goalkeeper moves sideways on command and stops the ball with his foot before going down for a save. It's important that the coach encourages a good effort, as well as correcting any mistakes at an early stage. Here, the coach is demonstrating how to use the inside of the foot in order to gain the best control over the ball. The players should always return to the set position before commencing the next move. Most goalkeepers find it harder to dive to one side than the other, so remember to practice in both directions. This is an advancement of the previous exercise. Here, the goalkeeper has to make a dive without stopping the ball with his foot first. This exercise requires more timing and precision.
Good. Again. Good. Stop. Go. Timing. Go. Good. Okay, stop there. Good. Well done, George. Good. Excellent. Not bad.
The coach explains to the player that he should never turn his back on the pitch when getting up from a dive. This is partially in case he might drop the ball into his net, but also to establish behaviour for the times when the ball is still in play on the pitch. The coach demonstrates that a good dive is like building a wall, where both the hands and the body are behind the ball at the moment of catching. He also demonstrates how the ball can slip through into the goal if the wrong technique is being used. When catching high balls, the hands should again be forming the W shape, keeping both hands behind the ball. Encourage the players to always bring down the ball towards the body once they've caught it. Here, the coaches are demonstrating how secure the grip of the ball is if caught in the proper way. During the exercise, the coaches make sure that each player has got it right.
Let's have a look, Anne-Marie. Pretty good. Absolutely. Bang on. Well done. Okay. Ready? Set.
It's important to praise the correct technique, as no goalkeeper will get far without it. The next step deals with low balls. First, the coaches are showing the danger of not coming off the line and meeting the ball. At this level, the athletes benefit from understanding the reason behind the coaching principles. So, it's good to explain and physically show the right way and the wrong way of doing things. In this exercise, the player starts from the set position and moves forward to scoop up the ball from the ground before returning it to the feeder.
Okay, stop, George. Just go back down where you were.
Here, the coach is correcting a player and explaining that he should keep his knee off the ground in order that he can move more easily should the ball bounce to either side. Again, the coach demonstrates first the wrong way and then the right way, so that the athletes can understand the difference. Remind the players to always put both hands behind the ball and pull it up towards the body to secure it. On other occasions, the goalkeeper may have to dive for a rolling ball. To practice this in a gradually built-up exercise, the coach starts from a kneeling position. After scooping up the ball, the goalkeeper falls forward to secure it with his body. It can be good to practice the motion simultaneously with the athlete, maybe without the ball first. Some athletes will find these routines difficult, so clear and physical demonstrations are a must, with lots of repetition. The exercise then progresses, with the athlete starting from a standing position. Good timing is needed, and it's important that the players are confident with the first part of the exercise before progressing to the next. For high-ability athletes, punching is a significant part of their goalkeeping practice. The most basic exercise is to punch the ball from a static position. Here, the coaches demonstrate how to punch with one hand, forming a fist and using an upward motion. Punching can be done when the goalkeeper can't manage to catch the ball. For example, if there are opponents blocking his way in the goal area. One of the players in this example is finding it difficult to get the technique right, but after plenty of repetition, she succeeds. Remember to always praise individual improvements. Most goalkeepers have a preferred hand to punch with, so it's important to practice this exercise with each hand. A variation on this routine is to punch the ball with both hands. The athlete needs to keep his hands together to create a big surface area to punch the ball with. When the players feel confident, the exercise can be advanced to punching a moving ball. From a kneeling position, the athletes should push the elbows back and punch upwards and forwards. The coach shows how to use a forward motion to get more strength into the punch.
It's that punch and on the ground. There we go. That's better. Big punch.
In this exercise, the coach might want to work alongside the athletes in order to see their movements properly and to be able to assist them and correct them.
Punch and go forward as you punch. So it's... You ready? Punch it as hard as you can. Better. Very good. Well done. I think he's going to do one more. I think he's going to do one more. Come on, Nick. Yes!
Finally, the punch is being made from a standing position. Here, the goalkeeper has to come off the line to meet the ball with a one-handed punch.
Protect yourself with that hand and punch that one there. Okay? Good, okay, not bad, George. Good boy. Good. Yes.
The coach explains that if the punch is made too late, the ball will go forward at a dangerously low level. The aim is to meet the ball higher up and punch it away over the heads of the opponents. To get the most power into the punch, the arm should move upwards from the hip. This exercise can be adapted to suit different players by varying the speed and direction of the balls. The most important points are to keep the whole body behind the ball, to practice diving in both directions, to come off the line to meet the ball, and to build up exercises from kneeling to standing positions. Players at this level are already comfortable with using both hands and feet to distribute the ball, so they benefit from doing routines relating to match situations. Here, the coach demonstrates how to pick up the ball, look around, and then use an underarm throw to distribute it to a teammate on the other side. Players at this level can learn from their mistakes, and when questioned on her performance, this athlete understands that she should have come off the line to meet the ball. coach reminds the athletes that they're allowed to hold onto the ball for 6 seconds and to use that time to move towards the point from which they want to distribute the ball. They should always avoid throwing the ball across their own goal area, as this may create an opportunity for the opponents to score.
Good, better. Good throw, underarm. Good. Good. There's the time and throw. Good. Okay, yeah.
The coach also demonstrates the right technique for an underarm throw. This tact foot animation shows the simple setup of the exercise, with 2 coaches and 2 teammates taking part. The distance between the feeders and the teammates can be varied to suit the ability of the individual goalkeeper. This is what might happen if the goalkeeper does distribute the ball across his goal area. In this exercise, the athletes practice an alternative method of distribution, where the ball is being kicked from the edge of the goal area. In a match situation, the goalkeeper must always assess the situation in order to make the correct decision. Here, the coach walks through the exercise with the athlete, showing her that she should stop and take her time to look around before kicking the ball out. An assistant is acting as an opponent to create more pressure in a game-like situation. The amount of pressure that the coaching assistant puts on the goalkeeper will depend on the ability of the individual athlete. The exercise should be difficult enough to be a challenge, yet easy enough to allow improvement and enjoyment. This type of distribution might be used when the goalkeeper has plenty of time and space, or in a back pass situation in an 11-a-side match, where he's not allowed to handle the ball. The coach demonstrates how the player should take a touch to control the ball before passing it to a teammate. The distance from the feeder and the teammates can be increased to advance the exercise. At this level, the players benefit from practicing distribution with both hands and feet. When the players are confident with both methods, it can be a good idea to combine them in a more complex exercise and let the goalkeeper choose the most suitable method of distribution. Another variation on this exercise is to simulate a match situation by introducing an opponent to create pressure. Here, the athletes get practice in making quick decisions, as well as team awareness and communication. The main points when practicing distribution are to control the ball, assess the situation, and decide the method of distribution. To never distribute the ball across their own goal area. To communicate with their defense, and to create pressure by using an opponent.